Insights from Part 1. Number 1. 71% of American adults today are overweight. Number 2. The food industry blames inactivity. Coca-Cola spent $1.5 million to create the Global Energy Balance Network to downplay the role of diet in the obesity epidemic. Number 3. Although genes play a role, obesity is primarily caused by eating too much and exercising too little. Number 4. Our bodies evolved to crave high-calorie foods because they were more likely to help us survive. Number 5. The food industry exploits our innate biological vulnerabilities by stripping down crops into almost pure calories, straight sugar, oil, and white flour. Number 6. Some people are more genetically predisposed to gain weight than others. Number 7. Your mother's weight during pregnancy can affect your risk of obesity as an adult. If she was obese, you are more likely to be obese. If she lost weight before you were born, you are less likely to be obese. Your grandmother's weight can affect your risk of obesity too. Number 8. Sugar and fat are both subsidized by the government. More than half of all calories consumed by most adults in the United States today originate from these subsidized foods. Number 9. The government started subsidizing some of the worst foods in the 1970s. Number 10. The food industry has spent more money on advertising than any other sector of the economy. They use behavioral psychology to increase impulse buying and eye movement tracking technologies to get people to buy more. Number 11. The brain can be tricked into thinking that the body is hungry when it is not, and that food tastes good when it does not. Number 12. The power of the eat more food environment sometimes overcomes our conscious control over eating. Number 13. Food companies make their products more addictive by adding chemicals to them. Number 14. The food industry uses the same tactics that cigarette makers used to stop governments from regulating their products and to hinder scientific research that will show that their products are harmful. Number 15. Obesity worsens inflammatory joint diseases, including rheumatoid arthritis and gout. The most common joint disease in the world is osteoarthritis, and obesity may be its main modifiable risk factor. Number 16. Being overweight is also a risk factor for low back pain, sciatica, lumbar disc degeneration, and herniation. Number 17. Excess body fat raises the risk of most cancers, including esophageal, stomach, colorectal, liver, gallbladder, pancreatic, breast, uterine, ovarian, kidney, brain, thyroid, and bone marrow cancers. Number 18. Obesity is a major cause of type 2 diabetes. Number 19. Obese people have a higher risk of dementia later in life. Number 20. Of the 4 million deaths attributed to excess body weight every year around the world, nearly 70% are due to cardiovascular disease. Number 21. Fat also ends up in our livers and makes the liver sick. Fatty liver disease is common in people who are overweight or obese. It can lead to inflammation, scarring, jaundice, and ultimately cirrhosis and liver cancer. Number 22. Obese people are more likely to get sick and stay sick longer. They have higher medical costs, both in terms of their own health care and costs of their care to others. Number 23. Studies show that the lowest risk of dying is at a BMI of 20 to 22.5. BMI measures your weight in relation to your height. Number 24. Weight stigma may perpetuate a cycle of stress, leading to obesity, leading to even more stress. Number 25. Waist circumference is a better indicator of where the fat is distributed in your body than BMI. Number 26. Many people who are overweight or obese seek out surgical intervention. Liposuction currently reigns as the most popular cosmetic surgery. It kills about 1 in 5,000 patients. Number 27. Bariatric surgery, which helps you lose weight by making it more difficult to eat, can improve the health of kidneys in people with diabetes, but it doesn't seem to prevent diabetic vision loss. Number 28. Most bariatric surgery patients lose a lot of weight in the first 2 years, but then regain some of the weight. 10 years out, although health-related quality of life improves, general mental health tends to significantly deteriorate compared to pre-surgery levels. Number 29. Economic strategies could be helpful in combating the obesity epidemic. If you tax things that are bad for you, like cigarettes, people may buy fewer of them. If you subsidize things that are good for you, like fruits and vegetables, people may buy more of them. Number 30. However, the food industry lobbied Congress to stop the Federal Trade Commission from regulating their marketing to children and threatened to take away the FTC's funding. Number 31. In 2018, added trans fat was successfully banned in the American food supply. Number 32. Even without regulations, the market can be rapidly responsive. The gluten-free craze is an example. 10 years ago, few people had even heard the word gluten, but now some surveys suggest as many as 25% of the population is trying to avoid it. Insights from Part 2. Number 1. Our body's immune response to injury or infection is called inflammation. Number 2. The dietary inflammatory index is a scoring system that rates the pro-inflammatory or anti-inflammatory quality of foods. Number 3. A diet high in meat and junk food and low in fruits and vegetables can increase inflammation in your body, which can lead to weight gain. Number 4. The hypothalamus is a part of the brain that controls our appetites. Leptin is a hormone made by fat cells. When we have a lot of fat on our bodies, we make a lot of leptin. The hypothalamus uses leptin levels to regulate our appetites so that we don't eat too much. Number 5. If you feed lab animals saturated fat, the fat crosses the blood-brain barrier and accumulates in the hypothalamus within hours, causing inflammation, leptin resistance, and overeating. Number 6. The best diet for us is a plant-based diet with lots of whole grains, fruits, and vegetables. It is important to avoid saturated fat and trans fats. By eating more anti-inflammatory foods and fewer pro-inflammatory foods, we may be able to both prevent and treat the damage to the appetite-regulating apparatus in our brains that can lead to and sustain obesity. Number 7. We are exposed to many obesogenic pollutants, that is, obesity-generating chemicals in our daily lives. Number 8. Many obesogenic pollutants have been regulated since the Stockholm Convention in 2004, but unfortunately, there continue to be hormone-disrupting chemicals that are underregulated or not regulated at all. DDT, a pesticide now found mostly in meat, particularly fish, is a presumed human obesogen responsible for perhaps thousands of annual childhood obesity cases. Number 9. 95% of Americans have detectable levels of BPA found in canned and processed foods and phthalates in their bodies. Number 10. Carcinogens, things that cause cancer, are present in cooked meat. These are called PAHs and are made when meat is cooked at high temperatures. Carcinogens are especially high in chicken. Number 11. Pesticides used in plant crops also seem to be obesogens. Number 12. The chemicals we are exposed to in our environment can affect our hormones. This is called hormone disruption. Number 13. Eating more fiber can make you feel fuller, so you eat less. Eating fiber also makes your gut work harder, and so it burns more calories. Number 14. When we eat fiber, our gut bacteria metabolize it into short-chain fatty acids, SCFAs, which stimulate the production of leptin, the hormone produced by fat cells to tell our brains to trim us down. Number 15. Fiber is only found in plants. There is zero fiber in meat, dairy, or eggs, and typically little or no fiber in junk food. Number 16. The more water a food has, the less calories it has. Eating watery foods helps expand your stomach and makes it feel full without your body absorbing calories. Number 17. The glycemic index is a measure of how fast glucose enters the bloodstream after eating a particular food. High glycemic foods cause a spike in blood sugar. Low glycemic foods cause a slower rise in blood sugar. Number 18. Low glycemic foods have satiating power and metabolic benefits. Studies suggest that people who ate lower rather than higher glycemic meals lost more body fat. Number 19. The simplest way to stick to a lower glycemic diet is to try to eat foods that were grown in nature, not made in a factory. Number 20. The food industry has responded to the call to reduce fat by producing low-fat junk food. But these low-fat foods still contain many unhealthy chemical ingredients that contribute to obesity. Just because something is low-fat doesn't mean it's healthy. Number 21. The body doesn't sense fat calories as well as it senses sugar calories. If you eat a lot of fat, you'll get more calories in your system than your body needs, but it won't make you less hungry. Number 22. Our bodies are designed to detect fat in our intestines, not in our stomachs, and our bodies are not designed to detect fat in processed foods. Number 23. A low-fat diet with about 11% of calories from fat causes you to burn more calories while you are sleeping than a high-fat diet, with 58% of calories from fat. Number 24. There are two ways that calories can make you fat. One is if you eat too many of them. The other is if your body burns too few of them. Saturated fats are more likely to be stored than burned. Number 25. You should reduce your intake of fatty meats, dairy, fried foods, and greasy snacks. Number 26. More than 90% of adults and more than 2/3 of the children in the United States are estimated to be over-fat, that is, having excess body fat sufficient to impair health. This can occur even in people of normal weight, often due to excess abdominal fat. Added sugars have been blamed in part for this over-fat epidemic. Number 27. The FDA approved sucralose for use in foods and beverages in 1998. It is sold under the brand name Splenda, and the manufacturer said it would reduce weight gain because it contains fewer calories than sugar. However, it is composed of toxic chlorine, which causes migraines in some people. Number 28. Artificial sweeteners are chemicals, and our bodies can't metabolize them properly. Number 29. The average American consumes 22 teaspoons of added sugar per day, or 355 calories from added sugars, but sugar is very bad for you. Number 30. Sweet, salty, and greasy foods can be addictive because when eaten, they tend to release dopamine, a neurotransmitter associated with reward. Number 31. Processed foods are more addictive than unprocessed foods because they contain more fat and sugar and less fiber, protein, and water. Number 32. Since water adds weight and bulk without adding calories, the most calorie-dense foods and the most calorie-dense diets tend to be those that are dry. Some vegetables, on the other hand, are more than 95% water. Number 33. The best weight loss strategy is to both reduce fat intake and increase consumption of fruits and vegetables. Number 34. Mushrooms are healthy, low in calories, and make you feel full. Studies show that substituting mushrooms for meat can cut meal calories in half without compromising palatability or satiety. Number 35. Nuts are high in calories, but they are also high in nutrients that help us live longer. Number 36. The government spends more money on subsidies for meat, eggs, dairy, and sugar than it does on fruits and veggies. Subsidized foods are cheaper, which is one reason people tend to eat more of them. Number 37. The odds of obesity may increase by 18% for every 1% increase in calories from red meat, poultry, fish, or shellfish. Number 38. When you eat meat and eggs, your body makes a chemical called TMAO, which causes your body to make more fat and cholesterol and store it in your arteries, where it causes heart attacks. Today's meat is not like the meat our grandparents ate. The way we raise animals for food has changed. They used to be leaner, but now they are bred to have more fat than protein, which makes them a source of more calories. Number 40. Ultra-processed foods are defined as industrial formulations which, besides salt, sugar, oils, and fats, include substances not used in culinary preparations, in particular additives used to imitate sensorial qualities of real food. Ultra-processed foods comprise 58% of the daily caloric intake in the United States. Number 41. Whole grains result in longer satiety and lowered hunger for up to 8 hours after consumption compared to refined grains like white bread. Number 42. Salt increases body fat by causing us to eat and drink more calories. Number 43. 3/4 of salt comes from manufactured food. Number 44. Obesity can kickstart a vicious cycle leading to insulin resistance, which leads to elevated insulin levels, which leads to more obesity. Number 45. We should choose foods that cause less of an insulin surge. Number 46. Meat, dairy, and eggs cause large insulin spikes. Number 47. Fat makes our bodies resistant to insulin. Number 48. People are exposed to antibiotics through the food they eat because farm animals are given antibiotics. Children who are exposed to antibiotics gain weight faster than children who don't get antibiotics. Number 49. Antibiotics negatively affect the good gut bacteria in our intestines, which are important to our health. Good gut flora helps maintain the intestinal barrier that keeps bad bacteria out of our bloodstreams. Number 50. If our intestinal barrier breaks down, bacteria can slip into our bloodstreams and trigger inflammation. This may not only spark inflammatory bowel diseases, but also potentially obesity. Number 51. Polyphenol-rich plants stimulate the growth of good bacteria in your gut. The more good bacteria in your gut, the less likely you are to be overweight or obese. Number 52. Food sources are the safest way to increase good gut flora and bacteria, compared to other sources like probiotic supplements or fecal implants, which have risks. Number 53. Merely increasing your consumption of fruits and veggies can result in weight loss, even if there is no reduction in total calories. Number 54. The form in which you ingest sugar matters. Processed table sugar is very bad for you, but adding fruit can actually blunt the insulin spike from high glycemic foods. Number 55. In one study, berries, apples, and pears were the fruits associated with the greatest weight loss, and cauliflower and tofu, soy, were the vegetables associated with the most weight loss. Number 56. Those who eat beans tend to be healthier and have less obesity risk, lower body weight, and smaller waist sizes. Number 57. Beans contain more fiber and protein, which may make you feel fuller longer and thus eat less. Number 58. Beans should be eaten cooked, otherwise natural toxins in them can harm your body. Insights from Part 3. Number 1. The diet industry is a business, so it has an incentive to exaggerate its claims. Number 2. For instance, the ketogenic diet is so nutritionally vacuous that you'd have to eat 37,500 calories a day to get all the essential vitamins and minerals. Number 3. Just because a weight loss technique is effective doesn't mean it's healthy. Instead of adopting diets based primarily on high carb or low carb, a whole food, plant-based diet is the best of both worlds. It gives you maximum weight loss and long-term health. Number 4. A plant-based diet is one that minimizes the amount of meat, eggs, dairy, and processed junk you eat and maximizes the amount of whole plant foods, such as fruits, vegetables, beans, nuts, and whole grains. Number 5. However, your diet needs to be sustainable. It is not helpful if the diet is healthy but too difficult for you to stick to it. Number 6. Some people think that a pure vegetarian diet is healthiest, but studies showing that people who eat more vegetarian meals tend to be slimmer could have been confounded by other diet or lifestyle factors. Even studies that take such factors as physical activity, smoking, and socioeconomic class into account may not control for other dietary aspects. For example, vegetarians and vegans tend to drink fewer soft drinks, eat fewer sweets, and use less added fats. Number 7. Weight loss as a goal is not enough. We must also consider long-term health. You can lose weight on any diet as long as you restrict calories. Eventually, though, your metabolism adjusts and you start gaining weight. Insights from Part 4. Number 1. People who weigh themselves frequently and get regular advice from a nutritionist lose more weight than people who don't. Number 2. A Wi-Fi and/or Bluetooth-enabled wireless scale can automatically transmit your health data and graph your trajectory. Number 3. The enzyme AMPK is a master metabolic regulator. It is activated by a wide range of plant chemicals, including berberine and acetic acid. Number 4. Vinegar helps boost AMPK and can help burn off excess body fat. However, you shouldn't drink it straight. Number 5. Chia seeds and flax seeds have been known to cause appetite suppression, perhaps partly due to their large soluble fiber content. Flaxseed contains a compound that is similar to cyanide, but you would have to eat huge amounts of it to be poisoned. Number 6. Cumin helps prevent blood sugar spikes after meals, which may help with diabetes. Cumin has also been shown to help lower cholesterol and triglycerides. Number 7. Saffron is effective for treating depression. Diminished appetite is one of its side effects. Number 8. The spice turmeric can reduce fat in your belly and prevent your body from making fat. It also has one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory compounds of all foods in the world. Number 9. The timing of caloric intake is important. Calories eaten in the morning are less fattening than calories eaten at night. Number 10. Our bodies are programmed to eat more in the fall than the winter. Number 11. Melatonin supplements are often used to help weight loss, but many melatonin products contain a variety of other compounds, some of which are potentially toxic. Number 12. Smoothies may feel less filling than eating whole fruits and vegetables. However, this may be because we drink them too fast. The speed at which we eat affects how full we feel. If we eat slowly and chew well, the stomach has time to tell the brain we are full. Number 13. When you eat, your brain anticipates the incoming food and starts sending blood to the digestive tract to process the food. The longer the food stays in your mouth, the more blood goes to the digestive tract and the more calories you burn. If you chew your food slowly, you will burn more calories. Number 14. The American College of Sports Medicine recommends that adults get at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise a week or 75 minutes of vigorous intensity exercise a week. If you can't do that, just do as much as you can. Number 15. Sitting for long periods of time reduces blood flow in the legs, which can cause clots to form. This can lead to a heart attack or stroke. It is important to move around during the day. Number 16. High-intensity exercise burns more calories than low-intensity exercise, but it can be dangerous if you are at risk for heart disease, and it may not be sustainable for everyone. Number 17. Exercising after a meal can lower blood sugar as effectively as some blood sugar-lowering drugs. Number 18. Any exercise is good, but if you are over 45, a woman over 55, have diabetes, or experience chest pain, dizziness, or shortness of breath, then you should get permission from your doctor before starting a new exercise regimen. Number 19. Dark green leafy vegetables are very healthy, but some of them, including spinach, beet greens, and Swiss chard, contain high levels of oxalates, which can cause kidney stones. You should eat more low oxalate greens like kale. Number 20. Calcium supplements may increase the risk of heart attacks and strokes. Number 21. The hibiscus plant contains a chemical that may help your body digest fat, and you can ingest it by drinking hibiscus tea. Number 22. Cold exposure helps burn calories. Number 23. Capsaicin, a compound in red chili peppers, helps your body burn more energy. Ginger and cinnamon also suppress appetite and promote weight loss. Number 24. Marijuana may aid weight loss by boosting metabolism. Our metabolic rates shoot up by about 25% within 15 minutes of lighting up a joint and stay there for at least an hour. Number 25. Green tea can help you lose weight, and both green and black teas have been shown to improve artery function within hours of consumption. However, the teas should be drunk without milk. Number 26. It is possible to cultivate healthier diet choices and behaviors. It takes about 66 days to form a new habit. To be successful, you should create a realistic plan for exactly how and when you'll make lifestyle changes. Number 27. Caloric restriction is a proven way to lose weight. One of the most consistent benefits of caloric restriction is improvement in blood pressure in as short as 1 or 2 weeks. It's also important to drink enough water.